Now, y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. How Roger Goodell fits into Shedeur Sanders, collusion, and the scandal. I ain't heard nobody or seen nobody talk deep dive into this. And Roger Goodell played the most important part. Roger Goodell played the most important part in this. He the ringleader.
What's going on? Hey, look, you know, you gotta let my brother have his way in the league. Yeah,
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for? Yeah,
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
I'm worried about your pop.
So, how you doing? What you worried about him for?
9 months ago. That was 9 months ago. Roger Goodell said, I'm worried about your pop. I know a lot of people done said it. You remember Roger Goodell said he worried about Dion. He worried about Dion. That ain't registered at that moment. That ain't registered at the moment because at the time we didn't know all the collusion was gonna happen. We didn't know all this collusion was going on. It was 9 months ago. Now you say, Moneymane, where you going with it? Roger Goodell is the NFL Commissioner. He's looking out for the owner's interest. He oversees team behavior. He controls league investigations. He manages owner disputes. He protects the league shield at all costs. Listen to what I said. He protects the league's shield at all costs. Do I need to read it for y'all again? Do I need to read it for y'all again? I won't put it up. Let me just pull it up for you. The commissioner's shadow, where it always starts. In any NFL controversy, all roads eventually lead back to Roger Goodell because he oversees team behavior. He controls league investigations. He manages owner disputes. He protects the league shield at all costs. In this narrative, this puts Goodell in the perfect position to be the quiet power broker behind the scenes. This creates the illusion that he either knew or was forced to pretend he didn't know. I'm leaning more on the side that he did know. Why you say that, Moneymane?
I'm worried about your pop.
That's why I'm leaning to the side that he knew. I'm worried about your pop. At the time, didn't nobody know Dion had cancer? Didn't nobody know Dion was going through what he was going through? Didn't nobody know Shedeur was going to fall to the 5th round? He should have went undrafted. Didn't nobody know he wasn't going to get picked on the first day in the 1st round? Didn't nobody know that but one person. I'm worried about your pop. It was already in motion. It was already in motion. And we sitting here and he said it to our face and we ain't even know it. He said, I'm worried about your pop. Ha ha ha. Come on now. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. And I've been telling y'all this right here. This, the majority of the reason why Shedeur failed. The leagues feel that prime effect, that prime equity that Shedeur is and still is bringing to the league. In the storyline, the NFL has never seen anything like Coach Prime plus Shedeur Sanders. A quarterback bringing millions of new fans, a YouTube empire bigger than half the NFL, a media presence no franchise can control, a player walking into the league with his own brand stronger than many teams. The NFL owners would fear the rise of a player-controlled media empire because it threatens their sponsorship deals, their media rights, their control of narratives, their old-school talent pipeline. This is where Goodell fits the story. He is the one who protects the owner's interests. So in the narrative, Goodell becomes the central figure who has to keep the prime equity wave from flipping the league upside down. I told y'all when I created prime equity, and no, it's not in his contract. For the ones that think it's still in his contract, it's not in his contract, but it possibly could be in the future. But the effect that Shedeur coming in with all that NIL and got his own brand, when I say he don't need the NFL for nothing, because the NFL can't control his brand. A player walking into the league with his own brand stronger than many teams. You got people, me, you, other aunties, uncles, nephews, whatever you want to call yourself, a Shedeur fan, a Shedeur supporter. He brought millions of new fans to the NFL, to the Cleveland Browns, and the franchise can't control it. The franchise can't sit here and shut me down on YouTube talking to y'all. They can't stop you from getting on the internet, on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, making a video, posting this about Shedeur, posting that about Shedeur. They can't control it because the brand Shedeur done created brought millions of new fans. They can't control his brand, and it's bigger than a lot of teams. So that's how you can make $20 million off name, image, and likeness before your name even called in the draft. That's how you can make $20 million before your name get called in the draft. Then, after they collude against you, they thought they was doing something, you make another 10, 15 million total selling your jerseys, endorsement deals, added on to what you already had. You make another 10 million. Meanwhile, they get you at a steep discount. They paying you $4.6 million over the next 4 years. That's $1 million a year. You went from $46 million to $4.6 million. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. The draft night smoke, Goodell's non-intervention. In this series, you can frame it like this. Teams were fed misinformation about Shedeur. Rumors suddenly spread out of nowhere. Analysts mysteriously flipped their opinions overnight. Some teams claimed character concerns that never existed. Scouting leaks came from anonymous NFL execs. And I told y'all that they fired that dude from New York when I did the leak tapes. If y'all was here, I appreciate y'all. But I showed y'all that dude picture that got fired and they said it was a surprise. It was a surprise. It wasn't no surprise. Who oversees the entire information ecosystem? Goodell and the league office. Even if he wasn't directly involved, his silence becomes part of the narrative. But we already know he was part of it. In storytelling, failure to stop a scandal is the same as participating in it. The Cleveland back channels who really made the call. Your narrative can heavily imply that. Certain owners didn't want Shedeur in big markets. Some wanted him hidden behind a veteran. Others wanted to test whether the prime effect was real. A few teams feared the media circus that comes with them. Some franchises didn't want a rookie more influenced than their head coach. He becomes the quiet facilitator who allows certain owners to strategize without crossing legal lines. Collusion. 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 But I told y'all, Jimmy hasn't said out his own mouth. They had to pick Shedeur. I told y'all they were forced to pick Shedeur because of the collateral collusion. We got to make an example and a statement on both sides. You gave Deshaun Watson $230 million fully guaranteed contract, and this guy coming in with a bigger brand thinking he about to control all this, and we got to make an example out of him. Then they got the prime effect on here. The prime equity clause, y'all already know, a nightmare for owners. I'm telling you, man, it ain't called a prime equity clause yet in the contract yet. But this is the biggest threat the NFL got right now, is the concept of this. And why they had to make a statement with Shedeur first. This is where Goodell fits the storyline the strongest. A rookie trying to introduce a new type of contract the league has never seen. Mainly me. But this is what it entails of the reason why I keep saying Shedeur fell to the 5th round. Is he can build a media empire. He can control his own rights. He can tell his own story. He can control his own narrative. And he can set a new precedent for the future people like Arch Manning. It got to be big-time players. They got a brand already. It got to be players that got a brand already. I'm telling you, the owners panicking now. The owners is panicking now because they had to make an example of the first one to do it. Ain't nobody come in the league with their brand, bringing millions of fans that follow them and had the camera around them all the time, showing transparency, controlling his own narrative so you can't lie on them. But they did it anyway. I'm telling you. The public image game. Goodell is the face of the league discipline. So when the Shedeur situation becomes a full-blown media hurricane, the narrative paints him as the man. trying to calm owners, trying to protect the league image, trying to control the storyline, trying to explain why the NFL's top QB prospect failed, trying to stop the fan base from exploding, trying to get the draft from looking rigged. He becomes the crisis manager, the man caught between the old NFL and the new era that Shedeur represents. He didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of it. Roger Goodell didn't do none of that. Because it was already set and already agreed upon. He ain't had to do none of that. We're going to let this play out. And we're going to bury this dude on the depth chart to prove a point. It ain't no saving nothing. My savages! Moneymane in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak NCC flame. Got my YouTube popping, man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know Moneymane. You